it's Jess. I have been on vacation for the last week or two, and then we come back, and then we went camping, and then the kids are back in school, so needless to say, I have not been making too many videos. Or I take that back, I've made a whole bunch of videos and not been able to upload and edit any of them because even though I'm new at this, I have been practicing with some a little bit more advanced than just iMovie. And I am struggling a little bit. So hopefully I'll have several videos all coming up kind of quickly in a row once I make some decisions about what I'm going to do. And hopefully I can get this box open in a timely manner. But yes, new Artsnacks box. It is not, oh, I'm trying to be way overthinking this, haha. Let's see what we got. Okay, just so you know, Artsnacks, I love these things. I took them on my trip. I had a toiletry bag, I had a medication bag, and these were awesome in my luggage. So I love these. I will continue to use them. I actually added some art supplies to one since I came back. So the Artsnacks Plus is a upgraded version that you can get of the Artsnacks. And what it means is typically I think what's in the bag is what comes in the regular Artsnacks box. It's the one that's about this big. And the Plus usually has these things alongside them. Usually something extra. They may have now started putting them in here. They used to float extra, but in this particular month we have the mixed media art boards. So these are by Canson, and you get 10 of them. They're 8 by 10, and they are hard stuck all the way down and very thick. So if you look, you could see each one of them. There we go. Each one is very hard and thick, so you can really go to town on this. Very light tooth, nothing really, let's see if I can get the light to catch it. Nothing really deep, so it looks like it would be really good for grabbing all kinds of media. So I have these art boards for watercolor, and I actually really like them. They're really good with gouache. I use those when I paint plein air. So I will definitely make use of this. And let's see what's next. I'm counting on the bubble wrap to make things a little bit of a mystery. I see something that looks like an ink bottle, so I'm just going to go ahead and grab it. And we have a Daler Rowney Aquafine Raw Sienna watercolor ink. Interesting. So it is watercolor based. So that means it should act like watercolor in theory, meaning you should be able to rework it. We'll see. This will be fun to play with. Really interesting color. Especially since I think of raw sienna in my watercolor palettes as having a very brownish hue to it, and then burnt sienna, of course, taking on that redder hue when they add heat to it. So curious to see how this plays. The next thing is, of course, a water brush. This is by a company I've never heard of, Marvi Uchida. Water brush, large tip, fillable water brush. Looks like a pretty straightforward squeeze style, not a pump. So we'll see how the brush quality is on these. I still am yet to find one that I really like the bristle quality. I still need the brush to kind of keep more control of the water, not just squeezing it for control. So maybe that's a shortcoming of mine. In the box, I'll put this aside for the moment. And then, let's see, oh, you know what, it's probably whatever's outside the green that is different. Yes. Okay, so I'll look at this stuff in a minute. The snacky snack is Laffy Taffy. I'll make sure my son gets to enjoy the Sour Apple Laffy Taffy. And let's see what's in the roll. We have the green paper. Alright, so I see a crank marker, acrylic paint marker. It's called a K11. I love these colors together. This looks like it'll be fun. I do like that. And then we also have what's called a mild liner. Mild ink, super fine on this end and a brush tip on this end. Already has wet, I don't have to activate it. So we'll have to see if this is water soluble. It is made by Zebra, just called Orange. Orange it is, acid-free and archival. Okay, we have two colors, it looks like. This one is called Magenta, and yeah, it looks like it is a very pastel color. And then we got a lip pen, also by that same company, Uchida Marvi, I think it says. Black, very, very tiny, tiny, tiny little felt tip style pen, it looks like. So we'll see what that does with water. And we have a filbert number 8. Filbert is going to be when the tip is rounded, and that's going to allow you to do some detail work, but it does allow that when you press down that you don't necessarily get a hard line. It helps for blending. So I like this brush. I'm not sure, it doesn't really say if it's a watercolor brush on it anywhere. It's called a Snap Filbert. So by Princeton. I do love the line of Princeton they sent out in the last Artsnacks that I opened with you guys. I absolutely love that brush that they sent. Been enjoying it a lot. So this is the Artsnacks. Oh, I love this little digital camo. That's a pretty cool box. My son has latched onto these, so they have been appearing on all his binders and things. So he will be thrilled to add that to what he has. So my unboxing seems complete. We have a really fun looking set of things here, guys. I'm going to get everything all set up, and I'm going to play with it and make a little picture. And I'm going to use the prompt, and it says, create a original piece of art, snap a picture of your artwork. Where is the little inspiration thing? They usually give you an inspiration. Oh, here we go. Bonus art prompt. Find your favorite work of art from a museum, a book, or maybe even someone's Instagram, and recreate it using your non-dominant hand. Ooh, I don't know if I want to share that with you guys. I'll have to think about that. Yeah, we shall see. Especially since I am going to be creating with materials I've not created with before. I'm really going to be pushing it. So I will be back here in just a few minutes, and let's see what we can create with this stuff. If you guys want to freeze the screen, I'm putting up the information about everything that I opened so that you may get some information on it. And it does say the synthetic brush is functional, ideal for watercolor and acrylic. So Taklon bristles. So we'll see how it does with these liquid items here. But anyway, this is our September box. All right, I'm gonna play with these a little bit. This is not the mixed media artboard yet. I am not wanting to use board to try these guys out. Let's see, with cap in place, shake well, press nib down several times until saturated. To re-ink, press down once. So I'm going to shake, and be right back. All right, let's see what we got. All right, I've been pressing and shaking for quite a bit. It's just starting to come down the chamber. So hopefully we've got something coming soon. It's starting to go down the felt. Man, I've been doing this for about a minute before I turn the camera off. I like my shaky. All right. Thought maybe I would share the last part of this with you, but it's still taking forever to go down that last little bit. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. It's like torture. It's just torture. It's what it is. It's torture. Oh boy. So, hey guys, how was your vacation? How was your summer? Did you get to take any time off? Hey, there we go. Yeah. actually have something kind of with a semblance of some color. So we have this really creamy orange color, and it is very, very opaque. Well, like a lot of the other markers that are like this out there. I know that the Poscas have had a whirlwind working for car dealerships most of my life. I am very familiar with Poscas because that's what I used to decorate all of the windows with the big humongous numbers that said, hey, we've got a sale going on right now and this car has got a $1,200 rebate, and I would like put a big sign on that car. So that's what I used to use Posca pens for, and they were great because when the car was sold, a little straight edge razor and a little bit of soap and they were off. So yeah, I was kind of curious. This is probably a weird thing to try, but I want to see. Okay, no, acrylic paint marker, unless it's right fresh wet like this half is. It's not really meant to, but I mean, you can do whatever you want. You do you, right? So yeah, there's a little bit of pigment pickup. Nothing really great there. Yes, I'm using a water brush in the dip water. I know, I'm crazy. Anyway, so the next one I'm going to try is this mild ink. Oh, look at that. It's actually got a fluorescence to it. I don't know if you can see that on camera, but it is pretty vivid. It's not a subtle color at all. So yeah, it's pretty bright. And then we've got the fine liner, of course. This thing is not really like a fine liner. It's a bit like a really fine pointy, super pointy. What's it called? A felt tip pen. And it works really well with this. Seems to be going over top without any dragging of the paint or reactivating. So it's doing okay. Working with everything else in the box right now. And are you guys all ready for Inktober? I got my Inktober box, so I cannot wait to see and share my creations with you on that. So that'll be coming up here soon. I'm loved. Somebody's reaching out to me. It's a real person. Pardon my dings. And then let's try this other color, this pinky color here. It's actually magenta. Pretty. So it's going over the Posca really nicely, actually, and works together well with it. I wouldn't really necessarily pick those together to work together with, but I think it's a pretty color. I like this palette. I will say this little orange is a bit brighter than I would ever anticipate doing anything with. So let's see what happens with a little water applied to this guy here. Let's see. All right, water brush, Jess. It's a water brush. You can squeeze it and it has its own supply. All right, so, oh good. It's holding it really well. This is a kind of a fuzzy-ish tip. I guess it's a flat. I don't know. It came out really fuzzy. Maybe it's a pointy. I don't know. Nope, these are not very water soluble either. So don't work them that way. And now we're gonna try this stuff right here. All right, I don't use inky things. I don't have a single bottle of it other than one bottle of ink I bought for my Harry Potter thing that I absolutely adore, that I got when I went to Disney World, and it's covered in dust. But I have this beautiful, I don't know if you can see the purple iridescence that occurs on it. Harry Potter quill holder with ink. It's full of ink, so I won't open it right now. It's got a little resting place right there. So once Inktober comes up, which I bought this last, I want to say it was like November or so. Once Inktober comes up, I might have to dust you off, literally. All right, Yeah, that actually I did get 2 quills when I was there. Here's the other one. This one, yeah, at Universal as well. This was a really simple one they had, but I also thought it was beautiful. And I have not filled it yet because I thought I might use it for other stuff. But it was pretty gorgeous. So yeah, thought I'd share that with you guys. So, okay. Shaky? No? Yes? Maybe? Shaky? No? I would think you shake it, right? You probably should shake stuff like this. There's all kinds of icons here. I guess that means I can use it with a dropper, a brush, a felty thingy that picks it up, a dip nib. Ooh, I gotta find my nibs. A fountain pen, an airbrush icon it looks like, and then it's showing all kinds of papers. So let me shake it a little bit. I don't think it needs a whole lot. Comes in a dropper. It is so mustardy, guys. I mean, like, can I just put this on a hot dog? All right, I'm gonna just drop some right there and play. Oh, dip in the water brush. Like, I can't help myself. Wow. That is really nice, guys. It's really pigmented when it's in this form. I wonder if I could, like, squeeze tubs of my watercolor that I have in tube and, like, get them in little jars like this and just make them, like, all colorized like this and get the same product. You know, you kind of wonder. This is beautiful. This color is super nice. I am really, really liking. But a little goes a long way. Obviously, I put an entire dropper full right in that little stainy spot. And it's fun playing with these things and just seeing what you can do with them. And, you know, think about something I really want to paint with these colors. Not sure how the Posca is really supposed to, not the Posca, see, I'm so bad. The crank is supposed to work. How is the crank supposed to work along with this? We'll see. I mean, it works, but really, does it work? All right, let me think about what I want to paint. Do I really want to paint with my lefty? Do I want to really even bother? Ooh, look what's going on there. So the little felt tip pen is actually reacting to the water. I don't know if it's just because of its fresh, how fresh I have applied it, and maybe you could use that to a fun advantage. These bristles do hold the water, so even when I've squeezed it a couple times, see, it's coming out, but it's staying in the bristles. I'm really happy about that. So I will give kudos to this little brush nib for holding onto the water, because again, what I'm talking about is when you squeeze it, a lot of brushing, see it, I see it running down. I'll squeeze them and it'll just come out and drip. And this one, the bristles, whatever they're made of, whether when I squeeze it, are holding that really well. So I'm impressed with that feature of this particular little one here. So let's see if, like regular watercolor, it can be reactivated. This is probably not the best paper to try this on, but let's see. That is a feature of watercolor, is being able to pick it back up. I would say that's a meh feature of this one. It is acting a little bit more like ink in that sense. Let's try a little wet on wet and see what it does. Like a little wet puddle. See what it wants to do, what kind of blooming it tries to do. All right, let's see. Come on, you don't want too much to come out. Come on. Just want to see how it acts. Does it act like watercolor, or does it act like, ooh, that was fun. It looks like a creepy eyeball with like jaundice. Don't want to mess with it. I just kind of want to see what it does all by itself. That's really cool. And with watercolor, of course, the fun thing about watercolor, it's not going quite to the edge, so the water edge is right there. It's kind of created its own stopping point. Just kind of cool. It'd be fun to play with this stuff, like maybe if I had a couple of different colors. It was interesting how it took one drop and stayed solid and then the rest just zoomed out. Ugh, I'm so bad. I just want to keep dipping. I'm such a dip pen. Hey, you know what? It came with another brush. Let me rinse this tip. I forgot I have another brush here to play with. So I'm going to dry brush this area right here. Again, I'm trying to learn the texture of this particular product because I'm not sure if it acts like just basically if you make a puddle of your own version of the color using a tube, or if it acts more inky. It's very, very different. It is its own thing. I don't really think I could tell you that it acts more. I love the texture that this color, and I don't know if that's just something that this particular watercolor has a grain in it, because some colors just automatically have a grain just by the way they're made. But I am really, really liking the texture of this color. And filberts are good again for like really soft blends. And that's a very nice color when you use it light for tinting. It's pretty neat. I really think that's a beautiful color. It is definitely mustard though. Like, there's no joke. I am like ready to make a hot dog. All right, I've got the crink. I'm gonna try it over it wet. Probably the worst idea in the world, but this is all about playing. Oh yeah, this paper is so mad at me. I don't know if you can see the texture. It's like picking up the paper and dragging it along. Not super thrilled with my decision to go over a big globby wet area. But you know, I do what I want, but now I know what it'll do. And yeah, this is a beautiful color, this melony. Look, it says orange, but there's no doubt in my mind that this is melon. Did it say orange, or did I just assume orange? Does it? Yep, no, it says orange. Orange. It is melon, guys. So I don't know. Maybe it's just a relatively orange. Maybe it's orange if I didn't see how yellow or how mustard this other one was. It's a toughie. It's a toughie. And then this one here, also called orange. If you go in light, it's definitely like yellow, but when you start demanding things of it, it is neon. Like, I got a verse and I want to highlight it. So this is fun. I like playing around. I like seeing what the products can do. And again, I have got to figure out what kind of thing I want to create with these colors. Such a strange color combo. Pretty, but let me think about it and I'll be back. Hey guys, so my final thoughts on this box was I really enjoyed the supplies standing on their own but not together. That watercolor ink is something I definitely would like to get more colors. As you can see here, I really enjoyed the part where it bloomed and I really took advantage of that. The variety of colors didn't let me get to do too many cool things with it. I wouldn't have minded some sort of contrasting color, but I tried to do as much as I could with the pen. I really like this pen. This is a felt tip pen, not your typical, like somewhat cylindrical tipped tiny micron style, but it's got a very pointy tip, conical shape, and it was great for a variety of line thicknesses and weights, and it worked really well with all the products today. It went over top of the crink marker, it went over top of the watercolor ink, and the pens. The two pens are okay. I didn't really see anything too special about them. The neon color that came from the one was not super useful for what I was doing today. But they're nice. They're just a nice addition to having some color. But I hope you enjoyed this unboxing and my quick little drawing that I did with it. And I'll see you guys for Inktober. I'm looking forward to my Artsnacks Inktober box. It should be coming soon. I look forward to seeing you guys then. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.